If you want to have more days where you feel inspired and confident about your style, let me show you how you can be happy with your style and why it's a worthy aim. I'll show you 3 keys to elevate your style so that you feel fantastic about it. I'll also share a couple of other videos to watch and some tools as we go. And right at the end, I'll share how you can further transform your style. So what makes us happy with our style? If we wear gorgeous, beautiful pieces, that leads to more confident, happy days where you enjoy your look for 3 reasons, I believe. Firstly, it serves us by helping us in our careers in our life, ensuring that we're not mistaken for the junior or the assistant when we're actually the woman running the show. You probably know how long it takes to form a first impression, and there's a variety of research out there, but a series of experiments by Princeton psychologists, Janine Willis and Alexander Todorov, revealed that all it takes is 1/10 of a second to form an impression of a stranger. It is literally the blink of an eye. And that's why it's so important that we send the right message with our look. I venture to guess you're rising above other needless limitations that life throws your way, so why shouldn't you have gorgeous, amazing style you love that speaks the best about you? So how can you look competent with the authority and influence that you deserve? By looking fantastic, looking the part, and using your style to be more yourself than you've ever been before. When you wear style that aligns with who you are, you feel less friction throughout the day. There's no drain on your energy. In fact, you get a boost. You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you think, I look good. And that's a really nice thing to hear someone say, especially when it's yourself. It's really amazing to see the best version of yourself walking around and realize that's what I look like today. And because you're wearing something beautiful, research has shown us that this triggers the brain areas of pleasure and reward. So you get those happy feels throughout the day. So let me show you how you can get your style to do all of these things for you. I used these exact tools I'm going to show you to turn around my style so that every day I loved it and felt happy, even fantastic wearing it. This is style that you can love, enjoy, and feel fantastic wearing. So we need to apply a higher bar to create these looks for you. This is not the kind of style where you put the garment on and a shop assistant says to you, that looks great on you. You've probably already worked out not to trust the sales assistant. It's also not the kind of style where you like something about the piece and somehow it makes it home with you, but you get home and you think, why did I buy that? And it's also not where you see something looking fantastic on someone else and you want some of that goodness and you go out and buy that piece for yourself and think it doesn't look great on me. You're probably already aware that these tactics don't work. There are 3 style essentials we can rely on to elevate our style. Firstly, we want to dress to flatter our figures, and this is the classic, most basic element of styling, making your body shape look amazing. Body shape is probably one of the main areas that you're aware of if you started to think about how to have style that speaks for you. It isn't about looking attractive like you might for a date, but of course it's about flattering your figure in a work-appropriate way. Many workplaces dress in business casual. If that's your workplace and you'd like to have business casual explained, I have a video that I will link here. We come in a diverse range of shapes and sizes, and far from being a problem, that is worth celebrating. It does mean that what is flattering for one woman could be the opposite for another, which is why one woman can wear white pants and feel fantastic wearing them, and the other can't go near them. I'm the type that can't go near them. It doesn't help that there's a wide range of conflicting advice out there, and this annoyed me no end in my 20s and early 30s, and in the end I came up with my own body shape system and strategies. I use these to know how to dress my shape every time, every day. And they are based on fundamental design principles and now tested with hundreds of women. They're not available online, but I do share the core concept with you in my body shape PDF. And I want to mention it here. Design loves balance. Aesthetics love balance. And for each of the shapes, we're looking to create the balance in your shape that will enable a harmonious look. What drives beautiful design on our figures, regardless of our weight or whether you feel your shape is ideal or even whether your shape has changed, is finding balance. Now, there is one more style essential that relates to another external aspect, and this is also key for looking fantastic and helping you look the part. And that is color. Color casts a light on your face and on your skin that has an effect on whether we see all your natural features in their full beauty. Coco Chanel famously said, it doesn't matter what color you're wearing as long as it looks good on you. Some colors will look great on you and others will drain you. So here's what good and bad colors look like on a celebrity, the gorgeous Amy Adams. These images show her in a color that is definitely not her best on the left, and one on the right that is much closer to her best. Silver is a cool tone and she has warm undertones in her palette. A palette's a collection of colors that suit you beautifully depending on the color of your skin, hair, and eyes. Black is also a cool tone, which drains her, but she looks radiant in her warm undertones, and we can see the true her more easily. Perhaps you could really easily see the difference there, but you may also find it not that easy to spot. And that's because the lighting in photographs that we see online is so variable. It could be bright, dull, warm, or cool, and we don't really know. But in real life, you're not a small picture on a page, and that means that colors in person have a lot more effect than they do in tiny photographs online. So how can you tell your ideal colors? Well, knowing your specific best palette is still a matter of getting a professional color analysis. And no, you can't trust color apps yet. I've tried. But there are some clues you could pay attention to if you're not ready for that yet. You've probably noticed that you are drawn to particular colors. Perhaps you've also been complimented when you're wearing a particular piece. Or the opposite, someone has hopefully lovingly pointed out that a color doesn't sit that well for you. And there are definitely clues in all of those things, but don't make this key mistake. If you know that you were complimented in a green top, don't assume that all greens look great on you. Here's a close-up of two very different sets of green. They are from 2 of the 12 seasonal palettes. And what's different about these colors is their undertone, warm versus cool, the depth, light versus dark, and the brightness of the color, or something we call chroma. So as you can see, green is not green. There are so many different greens, and one green that looks fantastic on you doesn't mean that all greens will. But the first aspect of the color to start working with today is the undertone of the color. And that's where I mentioned warm versus cool. If you can work out your undertone, then you are a lot further along than most people in getting alignment with your colors. It's like getting the bronze medal in colors, if you like. You're definitely a step above and wearing colors that align better for you. If you're warm toned, then you want to wear warm toned colors. If you're cool toned, you'll want to wear cool toned colors. There are a few things you can do to determine your natural tones. And today I'm going to share 2 to get you started. But if this is something you're interested in, let me know, because there's definitely scope to share more about this. Firstly, think about the colors that you've been complimented wearing, or that you know look fantastic on you. Is orange one of those colors? Orange is a warm color. There is no hint of coolness in orange, so it is a really great test. If you've been complimented while wearing oranges like tangerine, pumpkin, orange red, or saffron, then you may well be warm toned. And if not, you may be cool. The second question is whether black or silver are one of the colors that you've been complimented on. Black is a cool tone, and so is silver. Black is traditionally one of the colors that color analysts will use to help determine whether a person is cool toned or warm toned. Silver is also really handy in that there may be a little shot through of gold in silver, which would slightly warm it up, but usually silver is a cool tone. So if you've been complimented in black or silver, then you are more likely to be a cool toned person. That doesn't mean that those are great, perfect colors for you, but it certainly helps decide whether you're working with mainly cool or warm tones. Flattering your figure and aligning your style with your best colors will do wonders to help you look fantastic. But that's actually not enough. Style that shows you in your best light and speaks for you is actually more about connecting with your true taste, your style, your personality than most people realize. Yesterday, I did an exercise with a group of women in a corporate environment, looking at 4 major personality traits and asking them how they think this person would dress. They were beautifully accurate in their guesses. Features of different looks help to tell a story about who we are and the value that we bring. When we stop to think about it, we realize we are getting subtle messages from what people wear. And I call this your style story. It is what your style says about you. I usually find that my clients haven't connected with their style story, and that's part of why their style is not showing them in their best light. One of my clients has captured this beautifully. I felt my personality was getting lost. I didn't know how to take my personality and express that through clothes. My clients tell me they want to be seen for who they are, not mistaken for someone that they're not. Certainly not as a junior or the assistant, but also not as the wrong type of person in their personality. That's why I show women how to use style to tell their unique story. So how do you do that? I have 5 ways to build your style story, which I outline in a video that I will link here. The style synergy types represent the most foundational first step, and you can access your type very easily. I created these types based on one of the world's most popular frameworks for understanding our differences in personality. It's called the Ocean Model or the Big 5 model. I noticed trends in my clients and I wanted to give people a quick tool to understand how the driving force of their personality leads to a particular style. Now, you may hate the idea of a personality-based approach to styling, in which case you may prefer a more individualized approach. So take a look at that video I mentioned and that will show you the next step to take. For each style synergy type, I outline its 3 key dimensions. These dimensions describe the style that is going to feel great to wear. It's what you are going to carry best. It's the style that really allows you to show up. And if you go deeper, building other layers to your style story, then you're sending even clearer messages. Here are a few of the style synergy types and their key dimensions so you can get a feel for them. The organized creative is someone whose vibrant playfulness is really key to their style. She has these fun and light elements that show the open-mindedness that is core to her personality. But she also has these hints of structure that show the conscientiousness that is right there too. And then we have the architectural influencer, a quite different type. This is a woman who really likes to make an impact. She has dynamic twists in her style, things that really catch the eye. She loves simple statements as well, a little bit more pared back. And she designs looks with authoritative precision. This is the woman who is both extroverted and conscientious. She's a force to be reckoned with. This carefree connector is a different style altogether again, and she has open-mindedness and agreeableness as very high in her personality traits. So that translates to this effortless comfort, relaxed radiance. She loves to be radiant with beautiful light, bright colors, but every look is relaxed. And she's carefree. You get this feeling of vibrancy, but also carefree and not uptight. You can access the Style Synergy quiz, which only takes 2 minutes using a link in the description. If you would like to have inspired, confident style that makes you happy and you're ready to enjoy that, my online program might be for you. In it, I ensure that you walk away with your best approach to styling your figure successfully every time, the ability to look put together every single day, understanding the types of colors that highlight your natural beauty. We go beyond warm and cool. We discover your unique style story and how that can be communicated to present yourself in your best light. And I answer all your questions regarding, for example, accessories, packing for travel, dressing for your age, and appearing online. I share a killer shopping strategy that saves you time and boosts your success rate. And I'll give you up-to-date tips on how to present yourself on stage and on TV. I also make sure you walk away with at least 15 outfits that show you in your best light. And I'm updating and improving the program all the time. So click the link in the description and I'll look forward to reviewing your application. See you again soon.